everybody, it's Eric Poppinfoos. It's Friday, so it must be a buy day, and we're here at the Berry Hill Bookshop in upstate New York. It's one of my favorite bookstores, and we're going to continue our series on Eric's favorite bookstores by going in and meeting the owner, Doug, and showing you around a little bit. We'll start, though, by noting that we are at the site of what used to be a working farm. These were the chicken coops and the big barn where the books are. And there really are 100,000 books inside.
That's amazing.
Used to be where the cows were for the milking. And once a year in July, they have a big sale. And if you look here at the boxes, this is what we bought. And we'll end the video showing you some of the exciting things that we got. Excellent. But we're going to go inside first and meet the team. Here we go. Now, the first thing you notice about any great bookstore is that every ounce of space is filled with the most incredible books. Why don't you pan around and get a little sense. Now, this is just one of the floors of the old barn, and you'll have to look down here at the concrete because apparently this is where the trough used to be, where the cows used to partake in liquid of some sort, water. Hey, this is Doug. Doug, how long have you run the Berry Hill Bookshop?
Well, I've been full-time since 1978.
Wow, yeah.
My parents started it, I guess, 10 years earlier. The family always read constantly, and we had so many books, and we had an empty barn. And my dad said, we better put some of these books out there and maybe sell a few of them. And he bought a local used bookstore that was going out of business to give a nucleus of books and also a nice mailing list of customers.
Nice.
Started just the first floor here, you just panned, and then gradually one room after another upstairs. Now we have three floors and 3 rooms, and we're close to 125,000 books.
That's incredible.
We're going to take you upstairs in just a second because you got to see the way the whole barn is laid out. It's incredible. Now you're near Hamilton College. What's your average
Near Hamilton
shopper?
College and Colgate,
Yeah.
Syracuse, Utica.
Yeah.
We're close to it. We get a lot of students from all those places you mentioned. Not a great number of professors. Professors tend to have their own library and their interlibrary loan. But we get advanced collectors who are looking just to fill in a collection of a particular subject. But we get a lot of people just like to read.
Yeah.
And that's the nucleus of the shop, is just good, relatively inexpensive books.
Well, it's legendary, especially among booksellers. We found out about you from another bookseller friend of ours in New York, and what's particularly noteworthy is your Big July sale, which is going on right now.
It is.
Where did you get the idea, not just of having like a huge blowout sale, but also the concept of selling whole sections of books? So if you see here, you can buy the entire Vietnam section or the entire Germany section, all for very reasonable prices. Whose idea was that?
You want to answer that one?
I don't know how to answer that one.
Okay. Partly for a matter of space.
Yeah.
No matter how much room you have, you never have quite enough room for the books that come in. This is a great area for getting books. There are a lot of old houses.
Yeah.
Old estates that are being settled, other dealers that have been retiring or so forth. We get books all the time. As far as the sale, to begin with, it was probably just to meet new people who wouldn't come in normally, that they would come to a sale. We built up a mailing list. Then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. We used to have it for just one weekend, and that became totally chaotic.
Not enough time. No.
Now
Right.
it runs
Spread it out.
from the Friday after the 4th of July to the end of the month.
Right.
And it gives people a chance to come back 2 or 3, 4 times during the month and just buy and take their time.
Well, what I like about the sales is that it really allows you to clear out whole sections. Last time we were here, a couple of years ago, we bought the Black History section. Now it's for sale again. I know you said Civil War has turned over a couple of times. Yeah. And so despite the fact that you have this huge barn filled with over 100,000 books, it's constantly changing. And the stock is constantly interesting and fun to browse. Worth the trip from Harrisburg, everybody.
Absolutely.
Just 100%. How long did it take us? About
Just under 5 hours.
5 hours or so. I want to take you outside to see our books, but you got to come upstairs first. This is the back staircase. We're in American history, sort of behind here. We're also with sets, and we're going up We're going up the stairs. Come on. Now
So
we're
many
on the
floors.
second floor, and one of the things I like about this barn is makes you work a little bit to get through, right?
Yes.
You have to get all your exercise, philosophy here, Civil War here. We just bought 100 books from the Civil War section, and look, we barely dented it. You can't even tell, but you'll see the books outside. Several great beams that make sure that this barn is together. And it just goes on and on and on. Are you getting a sense of why
Yes,
it's worth a
and
visit from
another
Harrisburg
floor
and why it's one of my favorite
above,
bookstores?
even further.
Oh, I hope you are. We didn't say it would be easy. And then we're going to go, this is just the second floor. We don't have time to take you up to the third floor. But I will take you outside just to see some of the books that we got. We're going to go down these stairs, past the checkout. This is a section I like. These are all the booksellers from around the country. We've got our Midtown Scholar card somewhere. Okay, now I told you we got 100 modern Civil War books. That was an amazing deal. You'll see those are going straight into the Scholar. But I love searching the stacks, and here's a few of the things that we found. First of all, look at this. Here's a copy of All the President's Men, signed by Carl Bernstein,
Oh, cool.
which is pretty good. I need to put in a dust jacket. And at one point in time, it was gifted by a Jacqueline.
Ooh.
Could it be? Could it be Jackie? I don't know. That would be pretty cool if
Research.
it was. Here is a Noël Coward book, which is inscribed to Aki Wacky from Noby Poby. And is Noby Poby Noël Coward? I am pretty sure it is. 1931. We're going to have to figure out why Noël Coward signed the book. We also found some old books. This is probably the oldest book that we found. Here's a book of poems from 1670.
Cool.
So all these books will be coming to the Scholar. I thought we could end with a funny book. In honor of the farm setting and the chickens, I found this one, Kathy. It's good. It's How to Speak Chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Why your chickens do what they do and say what they say. You can learn all about how chickens express emotions in learning about your chickens. And that is a funny book for our journeys. Hey everybody, we are about 5 minutes from the Berry Hill Bookshop, and as Kathy and I were leaving, we decided to pay a little closer attention to this exciting Noël Coward book that we purchased. Now, just as a quick reminder, this is the first edition of Noël Coward's Private Lives, published in 1930. It was a hit in the West End and was soon to be a hit in Broadway. And the beginning of this book has this strange inscription in it for Aki Wacky from Noli Poly. And it turns out that that really is Noël Coward referring to his friend Alexander Woollcott. And there is Alexander Woollcott's signature. It's a more important book than we realized because Alexander Woollcott was considered the most important theater critic of his day. He wrote a column in the New Yorker in which, among other things, he reviewed Private Lives. And he was so powerful and his pen was so strong and sarcastic that he obviously got along incredibly well with Noël Coward. He was the basis for the character, for many characters that sort of lampooned that era. He was a member of the Algonquin Round Table and a pretty extraordinary guy. But the most interesting thing, Kathy, is that he went here to Hamilton College, just a few miles down the street from Berry Hill, and he's buried right here. So we thought we'd take you to Alexander Woollcott's grave. Why not? A fitting ending. But it goes to show you that sometimes you can find amazing things very close by. What a great book. What an amazing find. I'm going to get a dust jacket for it, and it's going to be a real star of our theater section at the Midtown Scholar. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you'll watch next week and every week, Fridays at noon, for more adventures in the world of books and more trips
Happy
to some of our
anniversary.
favorite bookstores.